This is Optimal Living Daily Relationships, episode 157. Should I let my boyfriend be friends with his ex? By Evan Marc Katz of and&nbsp. Welcome to OLD Relationships. I'm your host, Joss Marie, and this is the show where I read to you every Monday through Friday from some of the best relationship blogs out there. And you can listen to the posts whenever and wherever for free. Today, I have a post from Evan Marc Katz all about whether or not you should let your boyfriend be friends with his ex. And while the advice in this post is directed at women, the advice can easily be applied to men in their relationships too. Also, I want to take a moment to give a final reminder to sign up for our mailing list if you'd like your name to be submitted for our book raffle. We do a drawing on the 1st of every month, and December 1st is just a couple days away. You can join right at oldpodcast.com. Good luck. And with that, let's hear Evan Marc Katz's response to that burning question that lies within so many of us at one point or another, and start optimizing your life. Should I let my boyfriend be friends with his ex? By Evan Marc Katz of and&nbsp. Quote, I want to know where you stand on the whole staying friends with your ex thing. Recently, I moved to the country or town where my boyfriend lives after a few months of long-distance relationship with visits intermittent. Things had been great between us. Of course, it's early days. We've both been loving, attentive, kind, and considerate. Two things happened when I got here, however, which have me thinking. I don't know if they're related. First, when I arrived, I was very ill with a horrible cold. My boyfriend was also sick, with food poisoning, but he avoided me physically. No hugging, kissing. He explained it was because he didn't want to get sick again in the last few days before his work ended before vacation. I was hurt, but understood. I had thought he'd lost interest, but took what he said and accepted it. Second, a few days ago, while he was on Skype with his dad, a text message came to him on the phone. Yes, I made the mistake of looking at it. We hadn't been private about these things in the past at all. The text was from his ex-girlfriend, arranging to meet him for lunch on Friday. I made the additional mistake of scrolling back and then realized they'd been talking while I was making him dinner. He had gone outside to speak privately, and I had a hunch it was something untoward. Well, I wrote a note saying, I'm sorry I invaded your privacy. When the text came, I thought it might have been important. Your ex-girlfriend wants to meet you for lunch on Friday. I was very tired and just went up to bed. He came up soon after and we talked. He defended being friends with her. They dated for about 2 years, saying she helped him during a very difficult time in his life, and so on. I told him I didn't think it was appropriate. Also, I pointed out his tendency to keep his relations with her private. Once in the past, he had received a text from her, and he turned over the phone so I wouldn't notice. I made no comment at that time. I think it is unacceptable for him to be meeting her, texting, and talking with her when he is 4 months into a new relationship. What do you think? He said he's not attracted to her and so on, but I just don't like the idea of him hanging out with her. What if he invites her over for dinner? And so on. By the way, I do trust my boyfriend, but I find it almost an insult to me or to our relationship that he would still be in touch with her. Please answer my question. I'd love to know what you think. Thanks, Emily. End quote. Dear Emily, yeah, you probably asked the wrong guy. I think you are particularly sensitive to your own needs and feelings, and somewhat clueless about the needs and feelings of your boyfriend. So, let's get this straight. While it may not feel good to have your boyfriend keep his distance when you had a horrible cold, you have to admit, it's pretty practical, isn't it? My wife travels for a living, and I can recall at least 2 times when she wouldn't kiss her sick husband because it might jeopardize her health before a trip. How selfish would it be for my need for affection to outweigh my wife's need to stay healthy? How insecure would I have to be to think that my wife's act of self-preservation was somehow an insult to me? This is paranoid thinking, and it serves you no practical purpose. Your boyfriend has only lost interest in you if he shows no affection when you're both healthy, not when you're both sick. Cut him some slack, will ya? Next, you made the mistake of looking at his text message, and then you made the mistake of scrolling back and reading the conversation, and then you made the mistake of bringing this whole thing up with him, and then you made the mistake of thinking that it's inappropriate for exes to be friends. I could go on, but this is enough of a run-on sentence already. Jealousy is a useless emotion, Emily. The only thing that jealousy indicates is how insecure you are. It says nothing about your boyfriend. If you have a man that's untrustworthy, then he shouldn't be your boyfriend. If he's your boyfriend, then you have no choice but to trust him completely. If you don't trust him because you're insecure about his friendship with his ex, you're only going to accomplish the following. 1. You'll make him feel like because his own girlfriend doesn't trust him. 2. You'll make him feel trapped because he's dating someone who reads his text messages. 3. You'll make him feel that he can't be honest with you about his friendship with his ex because he can't. 4. You'll make him feel that he can find a woman who does trust him. And 5. You'll make him feel that he can't be himself around you, which is the highest compliment a man can give to a woman. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, Emily, and if you don't have it, you don't really have anything. Good men and women stay in touch with their exes because their exes are kind people with whom they share a lot of history. What you forgot when you're jealous of the ex is that there's a reason they broke up. And if he's with you now, trust that there's a reason he's with you too. There's no reason for a man to destroy all evidence of his past just because he's dating you. I have photos, love letters, and emails from women in my past. I even wrote to my ex on Facebook today. She's had us over for dinner multiple times. Not to mention that my wife has her first wedding album in a drawer in our home. What? I should make her burn it because I'm insecure that she left him 6 years ago? If you're insulted that your boyfriend is in touch with his ex, that's your prerogative. But you're pretty much ensuring the destruction of your own relationship. Because any man who cuts off his friendships because of an insecure ex will get what he deserves, an irrationally jealous girlfriend who will never trust him no matter what. Be a class act and invite her over for dinner. You'll be surprised at how well men respond to being trusted. P.S. A woman's fear of being hurt is one of the main reasons why men disappear. You just listened to the post titled, "Should I Let My Boyfriend Be Friends with His Ex?" by Evan Marc Katz of and&nbsp. I know this can be a common issue for many couples, and I hope this post helps if you are someone who's contemplating over whether or not to trust your significant other being friends with his or her ex. There are 2 points that Evan makes in this post that really stand out to me. 1, that jealousy says more about the person feeling it than it does about their significant other, particularly how insecure he or she may be. I like this point because it's a good reminder to redirect your focus inward and really take some time to prioritize your own inner happiness and self-worth. And 2, remember that there's a reason why your significant other broke up with his or her ex. This point is important because sometimes it can be all too easy to put a significant other's ex up on a pedestal, leading to possible feelings of intimidation. But if you take a moment to remind yourself that there is a reason they broke up in the first place, and also a reason why he or she is now with you, then hopefully you'll feel less intimidated. And just a real quick reminder before we wrap up, if you'd like to have a chance at winning a book on the 1st of December, go ahead and join our mailing list right at oldpodcast.com. Best of luck in the drawing, and thanks for listening to the show today. Crazy to think that we're 157 episodes down already, and it's all in great thanks to your support. So thank you, and I hope to see you again tomorrow with a post from Dr. Diana Kirshner, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.